Prime Minister of Nepal. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Mr. President, Excellencies, Nepal remains firmly committed to the implementation of Paris Agreement. We have submitted an ambitious NDC that plans to decarbonize our economy in all sectors. Nepal aims to reach a net zero emission by 2045, will ensure that 15% of our total energy demand is supplied from clean energy sources and maintains 45% of our country under forest cover by 2030. With abundant water, forest and biodiversity resources, Nepal can be a leader in sharing clean, green, nature-based climate solution in the region. With temperature rising higher than the global average, glaciers are receding, snowfall is decreasing, and permafrost is melting in the Himalayan region. Extreme climate events are increasing, causes huge economic and ecological losses with precious human lives. Around 80% of Nepal's population are at the risk of natural and climate-induced hazards. During the last 40 years, natural disasters have caused close to $66 billion on physical, economical damage in my country alone. Rapid warming in the Himalaya poses a serious threat to food, water, energy, and human security of the entire region. Glacier melting also contributes to the existential threat to the coastal and island countries due to sea level rise. I therefore urge world leaders to recognize specific climate vulnerability in high mountains and accord to high priority to the mountain agenda in all climate-related negotiations. Keeping the global temperature below 1.5 centigrade is vital for mountain people. It is an issue of our survival to raise awareness on the climate crisis in the Himalaya. My government will host Sagarmatha Samvad dialogue named after Mount Everest. Nepal is an LDC country is making sincere efforts to balance our development and climate actions. We are engaging with all stakeholders, including the private sectors, indigenous people, disadvantaged community, women, youth, in all our climate actions. Recognizing the value of nature to both adapt and mitigate climate change, we have decided to create a dedicated institution for working on nature conservation and climate change together. Loss and damage has become key concern due to increased phenomena of climate-induced disaster. This subject must find a place under Article 4.8 of the Convention. We call upon the private sectors, we call upon the parties to agree on making loss and damage to stand-alone agenda for negotiating and support additional frameworks. The COP26 must ensure adequate adaptation support for the most vulnerable countries by scaling up financial, technical, and capacity building support. We can deliver our goal by through quick, direct, easy access to climate finance. We agree the parties to agree on the clear roadmap for a new collective, quantified, and ambitious goal to climate finance before 2025. Mr. President, the decision we make COP26 must do justice to those affected now, the future generation and Mother Nature, and the future of our planet together depends on what we decide at this conference. I totally agree with Prime Minister Boris Johnson that this is truly the last chance to save the earth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency.